Yeah. We just watched Cocaine Bear. The most hyped up movie this year, this decade, this century. Cocaine
Yep.
Bear.
It was in our S tier for hype list.
It was S, wasn't it?
Yes. What was the other movie? Barbie? No.
No, Bobby was in E.
Yeah. What else was in it?
I didn't even know it was in our S. It's we had like Mando, Soga, like their TV shows, but we had Cocaine Bear
Yeah.
in there, and that's all that matters because it lived up to it. But I must say,
100%.
deep down, I was going into this. Okay, up high, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited for Cocaine Bear." I was hyped for it. Yeah, I was. Not as hyped as I was for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Should have been hyped for Cocaine Bear instead of that. I was still hyped for Cocaine Bear, but deep down, I knew. Well, I thought it was going to be a stupid Hollywood, low budget, crappy, bad CGI, dumb acting, directing, written movie. I was wrong. That
You
movie,
were.
it was literally perfect. There was not much wrong with that movie. The length, it was short. It was an hour and a half.
Yes.
It was short, and that
Which is
was
something we don't get
good.
a lot of in movies
Every
lately.
every movie now
We
is
don't get.
3 hours. Like an hour and a
Yeah.
half. That's a movie I could go back and watch right now. This movie I could go and watch tomorrow. It's a
Exactly.
very rewatchable movie, and being short, it doesn't take out 3 hours. And I
Yeah, I
loved
can't name a
that.
movie today that is
No,
less
unless
than
they're
2 hours long.
animated. Unless they're animated.
Yeah, of
And
course.
and so I was. It was a quick movie, and I think that was really refreshing to have.
Yes.
I think it would have been I think it would have been bad and worse, if it was longer, because it dragged stuff out. An hour and a half, it condensed it all, and they had all the important parts in it. There was nothing really slow,
Hmm.
boring. You could say the first 20 minutes were slow, but it was overall a really fast-paced movie, straight to the action, straight to the point, straight to the plot, extremely straight
Yep.
to the point. Plot. It actually had a plot, unlike last week's movie, Quantumania. And that was really nice. I deep down, okay, I was on the bus going from school to go to cinema to watch it, and I'm like, this movie, it's gonna be stupid. It will be stupid. It'll be fun, but it'll be stupid. I was wrong. It was
Yeah.
fun. It was hella fun, but it was a perfect movie almost. There was literally nothing wrong with it. The CGI of that bear was way better than I thought. Yeah, you can tell it's CGI at moments, like the
Yeah, of
shadows.
course.
It's obviously not there. You can tell at moments, but in the action scenes, they did that very, very well. Very well. And
Yeah.
CGI and visual effects nowadays, you would think they'd be very good, but they aren't because they get rushed. But this was really good. Very good. And the cast was great. The acting was amazing. I thought it had people in it that I knew. The guy who played young Han Solo, O'Shea Jackson
Yep.
Jr., Ice Cube's son, who was in the Kenobi show.
That's right. That's who
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
I thought I recognized him.
yeah, and then there was obviously he wasn't in it as much as I thought he was going to be in it. Ray Liotta, something like that. Ray Liotta, and
Was
he
that the
guy
cop?
that no, he was the dad of Han Solo.
Oh, yep.
He was the
Eddie's
dad
dad.
of Eddie. Yeah, the drug lord, if you want to call him that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Obviously,
So,
he died last year. And that's what I.
did he?
Yeah, he died last year. They had a thing at the end. It said, "In loving memory
Oh,
of
he
Ray
died that one.
Liotta." Liotta. And
Sorry, I was focusing on the annoying people behind us.
ah,
Although the movie was
yeah,
great, we did
the
have
movie was great. There was a few people in our cinema that were can't swear yet. Refrain yourself. But were absolutely d-heads and so annoying. Kids to our left, right, and straight back. Obviously, we watched it at the cinema we work at. Our manager came in a few times, told them to stop. I was about to turn around and tell them to shut up. I was so close to doing it. I told them to shut up at the end when they were leaving. I said, shut up next time you're watching a movie.
Yeah. What did he say? I didn't hear what he said back. He
I
said
don't
something
even know
snide
what he
back.
said back. Yeah, he said
It was
something,
something
but I
snide.
just, yeah. And it didn't affect, it affected like the first like 20 minutes because they off the bat, they were annoying. And I'm, texting my
Yeah.
manager telling her what's happening. And she came and told them a few times, but yeah. It's gonna be so. I'm working on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, because it's rated MA 15 plus. We're gonna have all the little 14-year-old essays trying to sneak in. Oh my god, I'm cool. I'm watching a bear on cocaine movie. Oh my god.
Yep.
So that's gonna be
It's going to
fun.
be so annoying.
Yeah.
But to be fair to him, it is a really good movie. As you said, like it didn't have any like
Stand
enormous
out.
actors in it.
No, Ray Liotta is quite
Yeah,
a big
but
actor.
he's a big actor. But in
You know,
comparison, like he's no
he's no.
S tier or like A-lister.
Yeah.
He's at least of late.
He's no
I know
Adam
he's done a lot of
Sandler.
good things, but
He's no.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
Rob.
no.
There's no
Yeah.
like. There's no promotable actor, I should say.
No.
No one's going to be like,
A lot of them are young.
oh my god, this is my favorite actor.
Obviously
I'm going to go
O'Shea
watch
Jackson
this.
Jr. We're like, well, that's Ice Cube's son. But
Yeah,
I hope he isn't labeled as Ice Cube's son. Of course he is Ice Cube's son. No crap. But I hope like
yeah.
people are like, oh, that's Ice Cube's son. I hope people are like, oh, that's that good actor from that movie, because he's a good
Yeah.
actor. I really,
He did do well, didn't
he
he?
hasn't been in much stuff. He really hasn't. I think he did great in Cocaine Man. Very good actor.
Yeah.
And then there was Alan and Richardson. Whatever his name,
Yep.
Eldon, who played Eddie.
Is it?
Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
From Solo.
Yeah.
He's obviously not in much either. Wow, he's an Ironheart that comes out this year. I did not know that. He's gonna be in Marvel. Holy crap.
Okay.
Okay, we'll have to watch him in there. But the cast of Cocaine Bear, is nothing stand out. There was nothing stand
No,
out, I think. But I think every actor did an amazing job. The kid
they did.
played Henry
Even, yeah.
and the girl. I've seen that guy who
Did he?
plays Henry in something. Yeah. I've seen that guy who
I
plays Henry in
thought.
something. I don't know what. But I've seen him in something. I'm looking at his movies now. Pop Academy, that would be it. Yeah. No. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He's in that.
Oh,
But he's like freaking
okay.
like. How does that work?
Maybe
Oh,
he's the baby in it.
No. He was in the
Okay.
animated thing that came out last year. He's
Yeah.
in Venom. That
What
might be
about
one of them.
what about Dee Dee? I had a feeling she was the girl
I didn't
from.
recognize her at all.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, me too. She's not in the cast. Has that glitch where they? Yeah, oh no, there she is. Brooklyn Prince. She's 12. She's won Critic Choice Award movie for Best Young Performer. Yeah, she's in quite a lot. She's in Angry Birds 2, the Lego
Yeah.
Movie 2.
Okay.
Voice acting, obviously. Nothing live action that I know. The Florida Project, The Turning, Home Before Dark, Settlers, Cocaine Bear, The One and Only Ivan, Monsters at Large,
Okay.
Robo Dog. But everyone in the cast, yeah, they may not be biggest, but they all had talent. They all had talent.
Yeah.
Ray Liotta, wasn't in it as much as thought he was gonna be in it. But he obviously did a great job. Imagine that his last ever movie is about a bear on cocaine. That's legendary. To go out like that, your last movie is about a bear
Yeah.
on cocaine.
No, it's fantastic. I think it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Obviously.
And yeah, the movie is. It's. I think it. Yeah, for the cast, again, they're not very well known, but they
Did a
do
very good job.
do an amazing job.
They do. Their directing was very good as well.
Yes.
Elizabeth Banks. She did a very good job. She wants to.
Yeah.
She, obviously, Cocaine Bear 2, they teased at the end. She wants to make like
Yes.
a universe with the Cocaine Bear, and she wants to create Cocaine Shark. About the story that happened recently, a lot of cocaine was dumped in the ocean. No shark. We don't know if a shark got it. Maybe some fish died from it. But she wants to make a cocaine shark. That could be in
Okay,
the
'cause
same universe, but
that's funny to me because the way that it kind of felt was Jaws like, as if think of the best way that I felt the way the movie went was think if Jaws was a comedy about a shark just murking a lot of people. That's kind of how
Yeah,
that's kind of how I saw it. Like if you rewatch Jaws, I feel like it had a lot of similarities.
they could. They definitely could have took inspiration from that. Um, Elizabeth,
Except it's just a
Eliz,
comedic take.
yeah, Elizabeth Banks, who was the director of Cocaine she's in Spider Man, 2002.
Is she?
Tobey Maguire. She plays Betty Brant
Oh,
in
that name's
Spider Man 2.
kind of familiar.
I didn't know. Yeah, she obviously does acting. She played Betty Brant.
Yep.
She looks so different now.
Yes, well, that was 21 years ago.
21 years ago. Wow.
Holy crap. That was 21 years
Now,
ago.
well, now she's directing. Um,
Good for her.
yeah, no, she did a great job at that movie. Very good job. She was also in Power Rangers, The Hunger Games, the Lego movie, The Hunger Games again,
She had a
Red
semi-successful year.
Claws,
Career.
Spider-Man 3, Hunger Games again, Spider-Man 2, Lego Movie 2. She's in quite a lot of stuff. Ocean's 8. Okay, good for her. How old is she? Looks in her 40s. She's 49. I was going to guess 48. She's 49.
Nice. Still quite young for a director.
Yeah. I think she did a great job on that movie. Like the writing, she also was she a writer? I imagine so. I think she was one of them. She was a producer, of course. The writing was very good. It was written very well. The directing
Yes.
was very well done. The acting, obviously, the acting comes from the directing, and obviously the actors. Like you can't just have a good director and a bad actor. They gotta work well together, and they did. All of them. The cinematography. Holy crap! The cinematography was good. It was nothing special, but it was a good standard movie. I thought it was gonna be really cheap, crappy handheld stuff like the Kenobi
Yeah.
show, but it was good. It was stabilized. It had its shaky moments when it needed it in action scenes on
Yeah.
on the side of the cliff, with the bear running. The reviews. This isn't a movie the critics are gonna like. We know that. It debuted with 100% Rotten Tomatoes, which is amazing.
As everything does.
It's dropped now down to 72%, and it will continue to drop. I already know.
Yeah.
And audience score is 83%, which is good. I think this will be a movie where audience score is at the top, critic score is down the bottom. I don't think it will reach under 40. It might not even reach under 50, but it definitely will drop. This isn't a movie critics are gonna like. You already know. It's a fun movie. Critics don't like fun. Apparently.
Yeah. You enjoyed making this movie. You enjoyed watching this movie. The critics won't.
Yeah, exactly. It's got 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb, but IMDb can be very harsh. It's got 90% on Google users, and on Google rating, it doesn't tell me yet. There aren't enough reviews. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, the opening we just told me, the opening weekend for the rest of the world, or at least America, isn't out until tomorrow. So
Yeah.
by Monday, we will have a real good evaluation of what the world thinks of it.
And the box office. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. I can't predict what this is going to make. I think if enough people go see it, a lot of people are going to think it's stupid, and they're going to just not go see it. Like, I thought it was going to be stupid, but I was proved wrong. And so I hope people go and see this
It's 2 for 2 this year, buddy. You
Huh?
thought Ant-Man was going to be good? You were wrong. You thought Cocaine Bear wasn't going to be crazy. You thought it wasn't going to be great. You were wrong.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Ant-Man should have been.
Keep the streak alive.
Yeah, what we got next? Creed 3. Creed 3 is weird because I think it will be a good movie. I'm not hyped for it because it's not Sylvester Stallone's story anymore, and that pisses me off. I understand.
So you don't think that you'll like the movie? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so I think it will be a good movie, but I don't think I'll like it.
So for Isaac to be wrong again, we need him to like the movie.
I can't do it.
Let's get the hat trick.
Okay, maybe if they don't. See, if they don't mention Rocky, I'm going to be pissed off. But if they do mention him, I'm also going to be pissed off. That doesn't make sense, but it does.
Yeah, that's not very fair.
No, I don't know about that movie. Okay, I'm just really sad for Sylvester Stallone. I've said it. I still don't know what to think. I just still don't know what to think going into that movie. I don't. I just Sylvester Stallone. I'm sorry, man. Just I'm just pissed off. I don't want to give Erwin Winkler any of my money, even though it's $2 tickets.
No, it's fair. Well, I think, as I said to you, I'm pretty sure we're not paying them. It's we the money we pay
Yeah,
for our tickets is for charity. So technically, we didn't
yeah,
free, but we had
because
to pay $2 for charity.
okay, well, okay,
If you buy a Creed mug, like if you buy a Creed cup,
that will go towards him.
that'll go.
Um,
But here's your discounts.
I
It
like
shouldn't go on unless they changed it.
I like Michael B. Jordan. I think he's gonna do great directing his first movie, but I feel like he doesn't mean to disrespect Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone doesn't take it like that, but he takes it off Erwin Winkler and Erwin Winkler's selfish children, Charles and the other guy, David.
Yep.
And anyway, I'm not talking about Creed 3. We'll talk about that next week, but I'm still don't know what to think on that movie. And this, I'm pissed off. It's in the Rocky. It's a Rocky movie, so but it's not a Rocky movie.
No.
I don't.
I don't. They
can't.
won't be Rocky movies anymore. That's just how it's going to be.
Sylvester Stallone on Instagram put out the Rocky 7 because he had planned a Rocky 7. Never got happened because Erwin Winkler stole the rights to Rocky and just wanted money and created Creed. And obviously Sylvester
Shocker.
worked on Creed and Erwin Winkler, whatever. Do what you want. You're gonna. I can't say that, but. Anyway, the script for Rocky 7 was quite cool. It was quite cool. He deleted the post. I didn't get screenshots. I didn't even see it. But I looked at an article of people that no screenshots, but they explained what he said. It sounded cool. Obviously, will never get made. Poor Sylvester Stallone, I think he's trying to move past it, but I don't know how he's going to do that. He probably wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for Rocky. He was homeless writing that script. So
Yeah.
it pisses me off. But anyway, Cocaine Bear, an hour and a half, beautiful
He is very
runtime,
passionate.
beautiful runtime. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Other movies, other studios, take some tips from Cocaine Bear. Make your movies an hour and a half. Marvel, make your movies an hour and a half, and maybe it can be good
Instead of maybe a TV show,
instead
make
of a
it an
TV
hour
show.
and a half movie. Production to be cheaper.
What are they?
Probably. You wouldn't have to film for as long. You could get more promotion for it.
Yeah, definitely more promotion in it.
Movies do more promotion, but you don't get as much people.
Yeah.
You don't get as much money as what Disney Plus would. So.
Yeah, because let's do the math for Disney Plus. It's $10 a month for a membership. Let's say there's 100 million subscribers. Every month they're drawing in $1 billion.
Yeah.
Let's say there's 200 million. That's 2 billion every single month. That if it's 1 billion every month, that's $12 billion to Disney from one service alone. It's a lot of money.
It is. That's what they really care about.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm really glad that Elizabeth Banks, she just wanted to make a fun movie, and it's clear that that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah, and I think
with lower runtime.
I think she would have known. Critics aren't gonna like this, but I'm glad when directors have that confidence that I don't care about the critics. I care about giving the fans, the audience, a movie where they can laugh, sit in the cinema, laugh with their mates, have a good time, go home.
Yeah.
I really like that. Obviously, there's probably going to be a Cocaine Bear 2. It's probably going to be stupider. I think Cocaine Bear just being a solo movie would be great. Just one single movie. I think that'd be great, Like, just, oh my god, that movie is so dope. But there's facts is there's going to be number 2.
Especially because Universal have seen if it does well, which I have a feeling it's going to do 500 plus. No.
I don't know because it's MA.
Yeah, but we haven't had a movie like this in so long.
Like in the States,
I really think it's going to bring. I think this is really going to bring older people back to cinemas.
I hope so. It's a good laugh.
There's working at the cinema, you can really like figure out the demographic.
Yeah, you can.
There's
It's obviously gonna be
like
a lot of the teenagers. Obviously. Oh
yeah,
my
so there's
god,
kids and teenagers.
watching a Cocaine Bear movie. Oh my god, I'm so cool.
Well, this is where I think Cocaine Bear comes into it because so you have your obviously movies for like older people. You have your um I
Movies
don't
for the
know.
younger audience. Yeah, like
Yeah,
Marvel
like
and
you
that.
have you have your Marvel, you have your superhero stuff. You have your younger children like preteens, like your Minions, like your Sonics,
Yeah,
and uh and then yeah, you have your elderly movies like Downton Abbey, and then your other ones
Man Called Otto. Whatever.
Man Called Otto. Apparently, it's phenomenal. I want to go watch it,
I wanted to.
but
Apparently, it's depressing.
oh
I was doing
yeah,
cinema check, and I like just stood at the back. The movie was quite interesting. I'm like, oh, okay. And
Tom Hanks
so
is amazing in it,
Tom
apparently.
Hanks. So his character. Do you know the plot of it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So for everyone who doesn't know, Tom Hanks' character, he wants to kill himself.
because his
But
wife
whenever
passed away.
yeah, his wife passed away, he wants to now commit suicide, and every time he attempts to do it, someone stops him from doing it, not purposely. Like for one example, he's going to hang himself, but he sees out the window that someone can't reverse park, so he's like, oh, like he has to go help them. That's just him. That's his character. He helps people out. So
Yeah,
that stops him from killing himself. And then
yeah,
at the end of the movie, he finally becomes happy and doesn't want to kill himself anymore. But he dies of a medical issue,
yeah.
which is really depressing. But anyway, we
It
could have a
is
review on
gut
that.
wrenching, but yeah,
Now
like
back
you
to the
have
bad
everything
doing
else.
cocaine.
Yeah, you have those all those types of movies. Where I think Cocaine Bear, it's kind of for that demographic where it's too much for younger teens and for obviously for younger kids, right? But it's also that kind of movie where elderly people aren't going to enjoy it. And lately, it's been really hard. Cinemas haven't had movies that are really in that middle ground
No.
where it's kind of like that 20 to like probably about 50-year-old. And so I think this is where it's really going
You
to
say
shine.
Avatar
I
is.
think, yeah, but Avatar's that kind of movie where it's for everybody. That's why
Yeah.
it does so well. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't target children. It doesn't target elderly people. It's
It
kind of
targets the
an all
general
demographic.
audience. Yeah.
Yeah, which is why it makes so much money because everybody can go watch it and everybody can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Whereas Cocaine Bear, I think it's really going to bring in a much more young adult to middle aged person. That's I think the demographic that it's going to bring in, which is good because that's what cinemas haven't had in a while. Post
Yeah.
COVID, I can't name a movie that has been very like yeah. It's for people who have short attention span or don't have a lot of time,
Yeah.
an hour and a half, which is great because it doesn't. Another thing I want to mention, it doesn't mess around with the characters.
No, I like it gets straight into it,
You
and I think
they
it goes
establish
right
what
to the
type of
plot.
yeah they establish all the characters. They're like this guy's this person's this. This is what Henry's like. This is what Dee Dee's like. There's the mother. Obviously, she's the mother. She's going to go look for her kids. It's
And then it
they don't stuff around,
no,
giving us
which
character development that we don't care about,
yeah,
and it's great because all we want to go to see is a bear eating cubes of
okay,
cocaine.
yeah,
That's what we want to see. They know
literally.
that that's what we want to see. They don't screw around, and I love it.
Me
And I
too.
think
It
Elizabeth Banks does an amazing job, but I really think that the demographic for this is going to be young adults to like middle-aged people,
yeah, me too. I
which is
think it will
good
do
because
well.
they haven't had a movie in a long time.
I think it will pass 300 mil,
I say
400
it passes
mil.
500.
I don't think it passes 500 mil. The budget for the movie. Let's look at the budget first.
Yeah,
The
we'll
promotion for
curious
this
about
movie
it.
was amazing. They promoted this movie crazy. The budget was 40 million.
Oh wow!
They're gonna make a ton. They're gonna make a ton off this movie. Universal, there's gonna be a number two. They're making a ton off this movie. Even if it makes
They will.
even if it makes 200 mil, they've already made 150 mil. They're making.
They're gonna make a
Hard.
franchise of it.
That's the
The
thing,
next thing I want to
man.
see is a psychological thriller of a snail on methamphetamines.
Cocaine Bear is like Violent Night. Violent Night, you didn't see it, but I loved
I
that
really
movie as well.
wanted to.
It was an hour and a half. It got straight to the point. Maybe the start was a tiny bit slow, first 20 minutes, it's a bit slow, but it gets straight to the plot. It has Santa Claus, who doesn't want to be Santa anymore, and it's only an hour and a half, and that's like Cocaine Bear. And they both,
Yeah.
Violent Night didn't hit 100 million,
What did
but
that hit? It didn't.
it hit like 70 mil. Its
Ooh.
budget was like 7 million, so made a lot of money.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
that was also Universal, and that movie is nowhere near aimed at kids. It's MA 15 plus, but no kid wants to watch an evil Santa Claus or murder Santa Claus murdering people. Same with
Yeah.
adults aren't gonna let their kids go and see Cocaine Bear, but maybe a few dads, like gangster dads, would take their son to it. Like I don't know if you noticed,
Yeah.
but the guy sitting in front of us,
He took his kid.
yeah, and that kid was I would say about 10 maybe.
7, right?
Yeah, and so obviously he's allowed to go in with his dad. So I think Cocaine Bear wins over that. You're not gonna take your 8-year-old kid to see Violent Night. Cocaine Bear, different story.
Especially if the whole Santa thing
Exactly.
hasn't been explained.
Exactly.
But
But sorry guys. I'm sure everyone who's watching this show knows everything. Anyway, Cocaine Bear, the bear that does cocaine. The CGI, we talked about it, but Marvel, hire the people that did CGI for this, or
yeah.
just don't rush your CGI artists. I think they gave the right amount of time for the CGI. There was those moments, of course, it's CGI. The bear is CGI. It's not a real freaking bear there, but it looks real. A lot of moments it looks real. The action scenes are very well done with the bear. The actors acting around the fake bear. Obviously, you'd have people in green screen suits like moving to make it look like there is a bear.
And I'm sure in other scenes, they have a suit.
Yeah,
They could. But
they could.
I think it might have depended on the scene, but I know
They'd obviously have a real bear
a lot of
modeled
other
off it.
things.
Like they'd obviously get a real bear and model it off
Yeah.
it. They could use that for really like still scenes because it was really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, it starts off with two tourists hiking and they see the bear like need to get a photo, and the guy says that bear is
As
demented.
a European tourist.
Oh,
dude.
that was so funny. It was so funny. The guy with the camera zooms in. He's like, "That bear's demented," and then like the girlfriend has a look, and then she's like, "Oh, it's so cute." And then they move the camera away and put it back up, and the bears run in front of them, and then obviously they die. And it was a great start to the movie. It introduced the bear and cocaine. It introduces what the bear can do, what it's capable of, and what it will be doing. And I think that was very good. It was a typical start. I thought that was how the movie was going to start. It started exactly how I thought. But it's fine. Yeah, it's a typical start. But it was fine. They did it well. They did.
I thought it was simple. It was quick. It wasn't playing around.
No. And the rangers, the forest rangers or whatever.
Oh my god.
They were funny.
The park rangers.
The park rangers, the guy who climbs the tree when the little kid's up there. The park ranger, the guy, he climbs the other tree. And the little kid says to him, "Bears can't climb trees, can they?" And then the guy says, "Of course they can." And then he realizes he's just climbed a tree.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
That was actually out of my... It was. It wasn't anything like groundbreaking. But
it wasn't cringe. It was a good laugh.
No. Yeah, there wasn't any like jokes that I'm gonna remember.
No.
But there also wasn't any jokes that I don't think I thought was like that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, like it wasn't any
like,
Marvel.
They're trying too hard.
It wasn't any Marvel cringy stuff. It was fun laughter that you're not gonna remember, but you're in the moment. You're gonna remember it in the moment. You're gonna remember the moment, and that's what counts.
Yeah, like you know how they're getting chased. The people in the paramedics getting chased in the amber, and the lady who's in the stretcher, she's screaming at him. She's trying to shoot the bear, and when the bear jumps in the back of the van, which is also in the trailer. But when he jumps out of it, the way she drops out. Like, do you remember it? The way that the stretcher falls out of the back? The stretcher
falls out and it
just stops.
Yeah.
And it just falls on her. And then
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny because at the end of the movie, the kids are just walking past it with the mum,
And then
and
the
they're
police
like,
go, yeah. And,
yeah,
and
and
the
then they're
kid
like,
wants to look at it, but he's like, I want to look at it, but I don't want to look at it. And the mum is like, just keep walking, we'll move past it. And then the police go past.
yeah. Um, there is some memorable stuff in it. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely a fun movie. It's very rewatchable. It's a rewatchable movie for sure.
oh, yeah, like the more and more I think about it, it was actually like quite a funny movie. The
It
kids,
was,
I thought the kids were some of the funniest.
and it wasn't cringy kids. You know,
No, not at all.
kid actors with comedy roles. The writing is sometimes so
Yeah,
cringy.
it's
So then
really
the
hard to write
so
jokes
then
with
the
kids.
deliver yeah, and the delivery is very bad. But this was good. They didn't hold back.
No, no. At the end, the kid's like, "We have to go to rehab," and the mom's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because we're cokeheads now."
Yeah, yeah. But I love it how they didn't hold back in this movie, and I think that's one thing Hollywood. We all know Hollywood has gone woke now. This movie wasn't like that. They didn't hold back. They did not hold back with the kids literally ate cocaine.
Literally, yeah.
They
I wouldn't
literally
say eight.
did.
I'm pretty sure they spat most of it out. But
Yeah, they definitely
they're like,
swallowed
"How
a
do you
bit,
do it?" And then they're like, "You eat it."
tasted it a bit. Yeah, you eat it. Sorry, what? And,
I
and
thought
the
they
little
did
kid
really
was
good.
trying
The
to
two
impress
kids.
the guy. The little kid guy, the boy, was trying to
Yeah,
impress the girl,
Henry.
saying, Henry was trying to impress the girl, saying, "Oh yeah, I do cocaine all the time," And then the girl's like,
Yeah,
"Okay, do it," and he's like, "Oh, I can't do it now. Gotta get home." And then they, you know, just eat it a little
but
bit.
usually if that line is done in like Disney, for instance,
Yeah,
if that line is done in
it's
Disney, it's cringy. It's not pulled off. Like, yeah, it's
yeah, it was very well
the
done.
difference that they've done for this is like it's significantly better.
Hmm.
Their comedy, that just everything, all the little side plot points, they don't have any importance,
But they're fun.
but they're still fun,
Yeah, and
and that's all they have to be.
it was a great comedy. I thought it was gonna be, as I said, deep down, I'm going into it saying this movie is gonna be stupid. It's gonna be a stupid movie. Come on, it's bad as cocaine, but it was done very well, and it was actually funny. It was the right length, and I want to see it again. It's very rewatchable, very, very, very
One
rewatchable,
hundred percent.
and I hope it does well. I hope it does well. Now, I think this movie definitely was rated R at some point. Well, here in Australia was rated R, whatever the highest is in America. But they definitely, I think, removed some scenes, changed some of the gore to get it down to MA 15 plus. Um,
It really opened up the demographic
yeah,
to allow
no,
more
but I
people to
think
see it.
that was okay. It wasn't bloody. It was gory. A lot of limbs came off, but there wasn't much blood being squirted out. Yeah, there was, but not as much as there, should be if your limb is being torn off. But I think that was good. It wasn't disgusting. You could
No,
watch it. You could watch it. Yeah, it was like, oh my god, this is quite intense, which was nice. You're just having a great laugh, and then you're like, oh my god. And
yeah, you realize the severity of it.
at the end, when Ray Liotta's character, the drug lord, is being eaten alive by the bear, he's like being ripped open. His insides, the bear, like, it's like spaghetti, and the bear, like, sucks it up. That was gross, but it wasn't like bloody.
Yeah,
And when the arms came off, when that guy's head came off, when O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s fingers came off, and I don't know how that worked because
well, that was funny.
two of his fingers came off, but by a gunshot, but the one next to the one in the middle didn't. So two fingers apart from each other came off, which doesn't make sense. But
Yeah,
it's funny. It's that, and the character even says to him. One of the other characters says, "How did those two fingers come off? They're not even next to each other." It's just great.
yeah.
It
No,
was
because
funny.
like when they're doing the scene, they're like, so these two fingers come off, and then they're
Yeah,
like Banks even might have just been, no, not those ones, these two. So
yeah,
why? Just shut up and accept it. Like,
exactly. And I like that. I like that. It's fun. Obviously, it's not a realistic movie.
by the way,
Inspired by
I
true
just want to
events.
point out,
What do you want to point out?
Uh, so I didn't realize because I'm a dum dum, but Ray Liotta, right? You point out
Ray
this is his
Liotta.
last movie, and he plays a
Yeah.
drug lord in this one.
Yeah.
You've never seen the movie Goodfellas, have you?
I haven't. It's not my.
It's a bit before your time. It is. It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I know it's like drug
I really
mafia
like it.
stuff. Yeah.
He plays. Yeah, he plays like a drug. He does a lot of drugs. A lot of drugs
Huh.
is in the movie. Yeah, he's a mafia. It's just. It's kind of fitting.
Okay.
It's
Because
kind
that
of
would have
like
been.
calling back
That's probably his breakout role was Godfather, and his last
Goodfellas.
role, Goodfellas.
Yeah,
My bad.
Goodfellas is kind
Goodfellas.
of like. It's kind of like
When did it come out?
90,
Okay.
1990.
So it's probably one of his
Young Henry
breakout
Hill, with
roles.
his friends Jimmy and Tommy, begins a climb from being petty criminals to a gangster on the mean streets of New York.
Okay. So that was definitely
That
one
kind of
of
gives you
his
a
breakout roles. And so
probably
his
his biggest.
last role being Cocaine Bear, drug thing, and he's a drug lord. I
Yeah,
think that's nice. That's a nice connection.
Robert De Niro's in it.
Okay.
If that gives you any kind of help, Goodfellas is
I like him.
a very good movie. It's probably in my top 10. But
Okay. You have never seen it?
it's one of his biggest roles, and yeah, he kind of plays like a drug cartel, like a
Yeah, yeah,
mafia,
yeah.
and it's a little fitting. Like he's a boss. He's a big boy, but
Yeah.
he goes from Goodfellas, which is one of the best mafia movies, one of the best movies in the 90s,
Yeah.
to then a Baron Cocaine.
That's very nice. You know, I think that's really nice
Circle of
connection.
life.
Now, I'm going to say a caution here, kids. If you were watching, like anyone watching, even if you're a 50-year-old man and watching our review, um, kids, don't do cocaine. Don't do drugs. Thumbs up. That's, talking about drugs is, we're not enforcing it. We're just talking about it, you know?
Yeah, no, of course.
And YouTube, like, we're talking about a movie. YouTube, Google, we are talking about a movie called Cocaine Bear that came out.
Yeah,
A
I was worried.
movie.
I was
A
worried that we said cocaine on.
a movie. A fictional fake movie. Do you understand,
Based on
YouTube?
it's mildly based on a true story.
Yeah, like the true story is a bear broke into a lab and did cocaine, died 2 minutes later. This exaggerates it, and it was good.
He did tank like a lot of bullets and stuff. Like he did tank a lot of things, didn't he?
Wow, that's crazy.
Didn't they try to put him down and they couldn't?
Crazy. Imagine that. Imagine walking into the lab and there's this cocaine on this bear on cocaine.
Yep.
But now that that's out of the road, YouTube, do not take our video down. We're just talking about a movie. A movie. Okay. Now that that's there, they can't do anything. They take us down. I can appeal it and tell them, okay, watch this part. Watch 37 minutes in. We explain that it's a movie.
Yep.
But don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. Maybe no. Don't do anything. Um. It definitely could. I think it was originally. Black Adam was originally rated MA 15 plus.
Really?
But
maybe
you can watch. You
it would
watch
have
that
been better.
movie. You watch that movie, and you can tell they definitely got rid of stuff and like changed a lot of blood scenes, to make
Yeah.
it M. But yeah, same with the Last
You
Jedi.
can definitely tell.
The Last Jedi was originally the script. The first script of the Last Jedi by Ryan Johnson was MA 15 plus, but
I think I would have liked the movie a lot more if it was.
Disney said no,
I
no,
think the movie.
no. Our
Yeah,
money will
that's the problem.
go.
Just because Disney has
It's going to be interesting.
PG'd everything.
It's going to be interesting to see how R rated they make Deadpool
Deadpool.
3.
Well, that's the thing. So, because Disney's success with the MCU has been so grand, so amazingly big, other companies have also like really neglected making their movies higher rated, like higher
Yeah.
rated, higher. They're afraid to go any higher than M. It feels because they've seen that Disney have had such big success on PG movies, and so now they don't want to go any further. I get it.
They want the money.
The movies that do good are the movies that don't aren't afraid.
that are just exactly that have confidence that the directors are making it because it's a passion project of them. It's something
And yes,
they
it
want to
might be
make.
R18, it might be MA15, and yes, it might not do as well at the box office as, say, I don't know, Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's PG and family friendly, but doesn't mean it won't be a better movie. If you look at all the
Exactly.
movies over the years,
But
if you look
Hollywood,
at the every movie throughout time, if you go through all the
yeah,
years that a movie has won an award,
yeah,
more likely than not, a lot of them will be M rated or MA15 rated.
yeah,
I doubt you'll find much R rated, but
yeah,
it's because it's realistic and it's connecting. When you see
yeah,
uh, somebody just almost die on a train or
yeah,
whatever, and they're like, "Oh frick! Oh darn it!
yeah.
Crikey!"
Crikey, crikey, mate.
It's.
Yeah, but that's
I
the thing.
think they need to be braver.
Modern Hollywood don't care about making good stories anymore. They care about
Not
that.
anymore. They don't.
They care about that money. They care about that dollar sign at the box office. That's what they care about, and it's a shame. It's really
It,
sad that you know. Of course, you want to make money. Of course, everyone loves money, and you want to make money for something you're working entirely hard on. My dream is to be a film director. Of course, I want to make money off my movies. I don't want to go broke making movies, but I'm gonna prioritize the story. I won't. I won't produce a movie unless I am entirely happy with the story and think that story is gonna be very engaging and gonna stick with people. I'm not gonna make a
yeah.
movie that's just, oh, this is the thing at the moment. Let's make a movie on that. Get our money. No, maybe a few short films to get some money to make the great stories. But I'm never gonna make a long movie, a long ass 3 hour movie. That's just bringing in money. I'm gonna make a story, man, and that's what I want to be known for. People that make great stories are way more known for that. I can tell you
Yep.
now, if the original Star Wars, if the Star Wars 1 to 6 were only about the money, we wouldn't. I wouldn't have all this Star Wars next to me. I wouldn't.
No,
We
not at
wouldn't
all.
be doing weekly reviews about a Star Wars show.
Yeah.
So
There's
always prioritize story over the money. Story over anything overall. Over anything. A great
because if
cast,
you write a good story,
and a great crew is nothing without a great story.
yeah, you can have like 10 of the highest of like the top 10 A-listers
Mm,
of actors.
but it can still be
If it's not a story that you care about, if it's not a story that's actually good,
yeah,
no one's gonna like it. Like,
exactly.
yes, it'll do well, but it doesn't mean they're gonna come back for the next one.
Exactly.
The reason that people keep coming back for Star Wars movies is because
Of its
of what
it's
it's been
it's
made.
pre-established. It's been around
Exactly.
for nearly 50 years.
And so now,
47 years.
yeah, and so now,
Eight.
like again, this won't obviously this is not going to be Star Wars. This is not going to be Rocky. This is not going to be groundbreaking. But people are going to like this, so
Yeah,
people are going to come back.
exactly. I'm gonna show this movie to my kids when I'm like, this is the movies we were getting back in the day. This is gonna be the good representation of movies we get nowadays. Not Marvel, not the new Star Wars, not
And this kids is why you don't do
whatever.
drugs.
Yeah, yes, good learning.
Yes,
It's just, it's pure cinema. Well, kind of.
it is. That's all it. That's all it is.
Exactly. And
You
that,
put it on when you want to have a good time. You put it on at a party
yeah,
when everybody's like chilling out and
yeah.
everyone just wants to have a quick laugh. Like they're done partying, everyone's exhausted. You want to have a laugh. Put it
It's
on.
an hour and a
You want to.
half. It's
Yeah,
very rewatchable. It's good laughs. It's, not a big thing you need to
might give you a
know
little
the
bit of
ins and outs of
nightmares.
it. Yeah. It's just part of the fun. And, I think,
Yeah,
I think it will
even
age
the
good.
kid jokes about the trauma.
I know.
Henry jokes
I
about.
know.
He's like, I'm going to be traumatized for life. Then this.
Okay.
Even most men can't recover from this.
I don't think it will age well with
No,
with the woke, but I think it will age well with the general common sense audience that just want a good movie. It'll age well with them and follow them, but it won't follow those that are just. I'm just not.
This could be up there as one of my favorite movies from a female director too. Like,
Definitely.
because you said something about it not being woke, but like, unfortunately, female directors, a lot of them have been under the influence of Disney, and I think
Yeah.
they get a lot of hate for the movies going poorly. Or even TV shows, they have gotten a lot of hate for it.
No,
There was
obviously.
another one that somebody there was a female director there was a movie that came out. I forgot what it was. It was really good, but this is like a standout for me.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. I think so too. And obviously, um, there's never been a female director Star Wars movie. Patty Jenkins was going to be the first for Rogue Squadron, but that got cancelled. So I hope they don't just get someone just to make it look like, oh my god, yeah, Star Wars has had a female director, so inclusive, whatever.
They've definitely
Bryce
just done that.
Bryce Dallas Howard. She's directed Mando episodes. Get her to direct an actual Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing. She's a Star Wars fan. She knows Star Wars. She's worked with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and George Lucas. If they want a female director, don't just get someone to say, oh, we made a movie that was directed by a female. Bryce Dallas Howard is your perfect person. And, she loves Star Wars. She's directed Mando episodes. And so, get her to do it. I would love to see a directed Star Wars movie by her.
Yeah. Put her in the Bad Batch. Maybe the Bad Batch might not be as underwhelming.
Yeah.
I think it's under her, though. I do mean honest. I think the Bad Batch is under her. I think she deserves to do something better.
What? She directed Mando episodes, not Bad Batch.
Yeah, I'm saying I said that put her on Bad Batch and it might be better, but then
Yeah.
I said Bad Batch is under her. Like, she's too good for the Bad Batch.
Exactly, and that's what Dave Filoni's moving past all the animation. Of course, he's going to go back and do his animation stories like Tales of the Jedi. That was freaking amazing. Give us Tales of the Jedi Season 2, please. Longer episodes, give us Tales of the Sith. Dave Filoni, stick to your animations once a year. Oh my god, we love them. We love you, man. You need to stick to animations once a year. Continue doing your live action stuff because you are just great all around, buddy.
Yeah.
Just take the franchise. You know what Erwin Winkler did to Sylvester Stallone? Stole Rocky off him. Steal Star Wars off Disney.
Currently now Bob Iger.
Oh my god, steal it off him.
I hope he does better. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that this isn't. I'm glad that Cocaine Bear is a Disney movie, and it's good look. It's good look for Universal. They haven't had a great movie in a while. Like, they're gonna have
They have those
Fast and
really.
Furious.
Yeah, Fast and Furious May 19th.
Not too far away.
No, literally 3 months. Literally 3 months on Tuesday. No.
Wow. Okay.
February's only. No. It's less than 3 months. 3 months on the other day. 3 months on. It was 3 months on Sunday.
Okay.
Oh my god. It's coming up quick, guys. That's crazy.
But what would you rate this out of? What would you rate this out of 10? Or out of 5? Which one would you rather?
No, I like rating it out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. That's solid.
Yeah, I agree.
8.5 out of 10. Not 10 out of 10.
For what it is, it's not a
Nothing
drama.
lower
It's
than
not an
8.5.
emotional.
It's a fun
No, I
comedy.
completely agree.
It's a fun comedy you can go back and rewatch.
And it's not trying to be anything more.
No.
I think that's why it's so good, because it's not trying to be an emotional story about a mum reuniting with her daughter who was attacked by a bear on hardcore drugs.
Yeah.
It's not a movie about. It doesn't have underlying. Like, don't do drugs, kids. It doesn't have anything like that. It is just what the face value of the movie is what the movie is.
Exactly. And it's just a
That's
story.
what makes it so good.
This, obviously, they read an article saying, oh, a bear broke into a lab. They're like, oh, that'd be a cool story. And they make a good actual story of it, inspired by the true events. It took inspiration from it. Like, oh, well, that happened. Let's create a movie. They create a good script, and they make the movie. They do it proudly. They do it very good. And now we have it. And, yeah, 8.5. You give it 8, did you say?
8.5.
8.5.
Same to you.
Guys, let us know what
I
you
have
think
zero
because
complaints with it.
I don't know. The sound was the sound mixing and the sound design was very good as well. There was nothing stand out like, oh my god, they need to change that. Nothing really. You could give
Yeah,
it a 10 out of 10. You could. There's no reason not
yeah.
to. It's
Like,
definitely in
but
that range, but it's
we picked it up. We picked up on it. How is Cocaine Bear with a budget of what did you say 40 million
40 million.
has better CGI? Okay, here's the thing. This is an animal. They're CGIing an animal doing
That's
human-like
basically
things,
the
right?
main character of the whole movie. The whole thing is
Yeah,
the main thing of the movie is CGI thing.
yeah. And so throughout the entire movie, it is better than, say, for instance, Paul Rudd falling. No, no, I'm not attacking Paul Rudd personally, obviously, but like Paul Rudd in Ant-Man, like when he's falling, his
But
CGI in that is awful.
even
It,
even in Ant-Man when they become
it's a
big,
human.
when Ant-Man and the Wasp in
Yeah,
Quantumania become big, you can't tell they're big. You when they have the close-ups of their big faces, you can't tell they're big.
yeah,
That was terrible.
and it like when yes, obviously. Well, actually, no. Cocaine Bear's only half an hour, uh, half an hour
Shorter than
shorter than
Quantumania.
Ant-Man. And Ant-Man, what was the budget for Ant-Man? What did you say it was?
200,
Over 100,
250?
200 mil.
Yeah,
Okay.
200 mil.
And yet they can't have CGI even for a human. They
Yeah.
can't have CGI if you're a human. Whereas an hour and a half of a bear in, I'd say at least an hour and 15 minutes of the movie, or
Yeah.
an hour of a movie, there's a CGI bear in it,
Yeah. And
and it's better CGI than
it's not noticeable that it's CGI.
yeah. Like obviously in some parts it's going to be,
Yeah, of
but
course.
nothing in
There's
comparison
nothing like, oh
to a
my
company
god,
in
that's taking me
which
out of the
you
movie.
shouldn't be having this.
Exactly. There's
Yeah,
nothing that takes you out of it. And you think Marvel Studios, under the biggest entertainment company in the world, would have the best CGI. But no, because they don't care. They just want to get the movie out and make their money because they know people are going to watch it either way.
it's very disappointing.
And that's why I
That
hate big studios. I would never. Obviously, it would be a dream to work for Lucasfilm, but I would never work for a big company. It'd put a bad because they have more control over the director. I'd rather work for a smaller company or my own company and create movies from them because they
yeah,
give you more control. Because if you work under like Disney, you're very limited. You have to follow
hmm
lots of guidelines. You're very limited, and that can put a bad name on your name. That could put it, and it could,
bad raps on you.
yeah, exactly. So, but if you're a well-established director, you can go and do it. But I would definitely rather. I'm like George Lucas. I want to stay away from Hollywood.
Yeah,
George Lucas hated Hollywood. He never made one film in Hollywood, not one. He made the prequels. He made Phantom Menace in London, and he made Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith right here in Australia. He gets away from it all and focuses. He gets away from the big production studios. Goes to suitable ones that are good enough, so he can focus on making the best movie possible.
yeah,
Very inspirational to me. What I want to do. So, yeah, guys. Cocaine Bear. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you're listening to our review, but go and watch it because you're not gonna regret it. I was hyped for it. I thought it would be a fun time, which it was.
it
I
was.
did think it was gonna be stupid, but no, it was. It wasn't a stupid movie. They didn't make it stupid. They could have easily made that movie stupid. Oh my god, a bear's on cocaine. How stupid. They could have easily done that, but they didn't. They did it very well. Very well.
It's kind of terrifying at some points.
It was.
Like you got quite startled.
No, okay, once. Okay, because I didn't expect it, I'm just sitting there, and there's a bang, there's
Pair of
a
you did.
loud bang. And then I go back in my chair, because
It
I
was
didn't
so
expect that.
predictable.
It,
It
it,
was so
no,
predictable.
that's one thing I don't agree with you on, is this movie was not predictable. It wasn't.
No, no, no. I'm not saying the whole movie was. I'm just saying that point.
I
Like
think I
jump scares.
was,
I don't know how people can't read jump scares. It was
I,
so easy
I
when
think
it's
it's
half a
because
camera
I
of
was
a wall and then
I think it's
yeah,
because I just put my phone down after texting our manager about the kids in our cinema. Maybe
could have.
I think that's why. But I did get startled a bit. I didn't expect it.
Well, my partner did as well.
Yeah, we
So it
both at
wasn't
the
just you.
exact same time. We both.
Yeah.
But anyway, um, guys, let us know what you thought. What do you rate it out of 10? Why did you rate it? Whatever you rated it. Do you recommend it? Are you gonna rewatch it? Do you think it was
Oh yeah.
stupid?
No,
But
I'll rewatch it.
oh, I'm definitely that's a definitely rewatchable film. Like very, it's short as we said, and that's the beauty of it all. But guys, let us know what you thought, and any last words for Cocaine Bear? If anything, I'd love to do another episode. Maybe we could go in depth of one particular thing about the movie, guys. Just let us know what you if you want us to talk about a particular thing in the movie, let us know, because I'd love to talk about Cocaine Bear again. Don't want to forget it. Obviously, at the end of the year, we're going to do a long ass episode, like a 5 hour one, like our first episode where we ranked all the 2022 projects. We'll be doing a ranking of the 2023 projects.
Yep.
So Cocaine Bear will be fun to talk about then, after 9 months. But obviously, let's talk about it more. And yeah, it's not a forgettable movie. It's not. It's definitely gonna be a movie that Oh, I remember that good laugh. So yeah, let us know, and yeah, we'll see you guys on Monday for the Last
Last
of
of Us.
Us review, episode 7.
7.
Wow, only 3 to go. 789.
No.
789. But Mandalorian next Wednesday. We'll have our predictions for that on Tuesday, and then we got Creed movie next week. So yeah, March, the start of March is next week. We'll be right. We'll get through it. It'll be fun. So it starts to get hectic from next week.
Yes.
But hey, 5 episodes a week. We'll be having some fun. But yeah, all right, guys. We'll see you on Monday next episode unless anything else comes up. But yeah, guys. Let us know what you thought of Cocaine Bear. 8.5 out of 10 from us. It was fucking great. And remember, kids, don't do drugs. Bye bye.
Only supervised.
Never do it. Bye bye.